Brenton, because of the expectation that you were supposed to be blitzed away in this prelim, does it become a victory, or when you get so close, does it become just such a great disappointment?
Oh no, our boys are disappointed. I mean, there's a lot of tears in the change rooms. It's just been a fantastic season for our boys, you know, to win the NAB Cup, to finish the season with 23 wins and 7 losses from 30 games is a great achievement from this group, and I'm just so proud of their efforts from the first day of pre-season until the final siren tonight. I just thought they gave everything they possibly had for the footy club and for each other, and I'm so disappointed for them because they were so close to the ultimate game. But now we've had a taste of it. I'm sure that it'll burn and it'll hurt for a long time. But we'll come back first day of pre-season, and we'll ensure that we're a better side next year and we're better prepared.
When you had that lead, what do you think you didn't do right, or what did Hawthorn do very much right?
Yeah, it was a great game of footy. I know it went in ebbs and flows. It looked like both clubs at different times had the momentum. I certainly acknowledge that Hawthorn were the better side though, and they certainly deserved to win, and we might have pinched it. You know, look at the inside 50 differential, and you look at the way that they used the ball going forward was a bit cleaner than us. I thought we bombed it away, didn't lower our vision, hit usable targets. But our boys just never gave up, you know. They certainly threw everything at Hawthorn right until the last bounce, and I'll just have to go back and review the game, to be honest, and we'll use that as a teaching tool through the summer. I'm sure we'll look at that game a lot, as painful as it'll be, just to see where areas that we could have improved and maybe used the ball a little bit better. But just from off the top of my head, that little 10-minute burst at the start of the third quarter, they kicked 4 goals, I think, to 0, and I mean, there's the ball game there. I mean, they missed their opportunities. Well, they kick 18 points. We certainly had our chances too in the last quarter, you know. But that's footy. We'll look at our wounds and we'll come back a better side next year.
Brenton, they were a bit looser by foot than has been their sort of game. What were the critical things that you thought for your team in approaching how to unpick Hawthorn and this side that has been so dominant? They're
such a good team. They certainly find the free target. I mean, they took 140 marks against us last time we played them. So our goal today was to try and shut off those mark chains as best that we could. And at times we did that. We put pressure on them. We didn't turn the ball over enough as what I would have liked. I think the ball went coast to coast too often. Once again, they probably kicked themselves out of it a couple of times with some set shots that they missed. But that's prelim finals. God, they're hard. I mean, they're so hard to win. And, you know... it's almost like Hawthorn now, they get to a grand final, the pressure's off and it's a big game for them next week. But for our boys, once again, I could not be prouder of their effort, not just tonight, but for the whole season.
Brenton, can you tell us why you think that this will burn to make them more successful rather than burn to actually bring them down? Like, can happen, it can go either way.
Oh no, they'll learn from this. I don't think I've seen a group so disappointed, and I think it's because we really wanted to shock you. You know, no one picked us. No one thought we'd get this far, let alone get to that point in the game. But we had strong belief within our group. We had really strong belief that we could win today, and to get so close, I think, like I said, there's so much pain in that change rooms now. But with Dogger retiring, you know, with Dowdy calling it quits, and just knowing that that's the last time that they'll get to play footy with him, I think they really feel that they let him down. But they shouldn't feel that way, because they made the club proud today.
What did you do, if anything, to make them believe that they could do it when everyone else thought they couldn't?
That's a good question. I think it's easy because I believe in them. Our coaching group believes in them, and that has to rub off. But there was a good feeling today in the meeting room when we were, you know, 90 minutes before the game. We instruct the players how we're going to beat Hawthorn, and there seemed to be belief there. And you know, everyone wrote us off. That's fine, because Hawthorn should have been the favourites. But the underdogs, sometimes you never know.
Are you using that specifically, that everyone's against us, everyone's written us off?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I'd be lying if I said I didn't use it, but I think our boys enjoyed being that most of this season. You know, we were told a lot this year that we're not ready, we're not good enough. But hopefully we've gained some respect this year. And now it's going to be a summer of managing expectations. But I think we're ready for that. I think the group's going to mature. We're still very young. Yeah, we'll keep most of the group together, and I'm sure we'll be a better side next year.
What expectation is there to manage? I mean, surely your expectation is to come back and replicate what you've done this year and go on from this.
Well, that's the thing now. The expectations are that you're a top 4 side last year, that you're going to be a top 4 side next year. So we've got to live with that. We were coming off a 7-win season, 14th on the ladder. Finishing the 8 might have been a pass. Maybe top 4 was a bit of a bonus, but next year we expect to finish, or we will be expected to finish where we left off this year. And we're going to have to live with that through the summer, and we'll have to field questions about that, I guess, over most of the summer.
Just a word on Kurt Tippett. After a few weeks we've been down on form, he really nearly won you the game today. And just your thoughts on, now the season's over, what his future is.
Yeah, it's probably too early to call on that one, but you're right. I mean, how well did he play today? It's funny because you look at the 3 finals, and we didn't have one player that was outstanding in all 3 finals, but we had different guys. Were good in 2 and not so good in the 3rd, or sort of vice versa. So. Kurt's game today was exceptional. He got us away to that great start, and he tried his heart out for the footy club. So that'll take care of itself now. I guess that'll be the speculation for him and the club over the next few weeks. But he was tremendous today.
Has he given you any hint on that one? Has he given you any hint on that one, where that one's going?
No, not at this stage. Thanks, guys.